Happy New Year, Sagittarius. My name's Jason. Thank you for visiting my channel. Extra thanks if you're revisiting my channel. This is your general tarot reading for January 2019. So it could be about love, career, any questions at the forefront of your mind, any projects you've got on, kind of thing. If this doesn't resonate with you, please check out your moon and rising signs. I'm pretty sure one of those will connect perhaps fairly strongly. Okay, I've given the cards a pretty good shuffle. Hope you had a great Christmas and your new year is ready to fly. Okay, so as you go into January, which is into the new year, with the Ace of Cups, fantastic. Look at that. What a way to start. Okay, so there's a strong sense of new beginning, new sense of fulfillment, or you're seeing opportunities for a new sense of fulfillment, Sag. So the new year is a great time for new starts, and look, we'll see how that goes later, but it's looking like a wonderfully optimistic optimistic position that you seem to be in right now. Okay, a lot of things lining up for you, opportunities coming from the universe in an emotional sense, but perhaps other things. We'll have a look at that. Okay, what's crossing you? Okay, you have the Eight of Pentacles. Now, the Eight of Pentacles has to do with work. So there could be an issue to do with a bit of repetition. Perhaps you're feeling a bit bored in the situation that you're in, or you might even be seeing you're looking for new opportunities in what you're doing. Okay, so it could be in the same job that you've got, or you might be looking outward now to something. When I see this card, it's the Eight of Pentacles. I also see apprenticeship, so a bit of learning new skills perhaps. We'll try and clarify some of this depending on what other cards come out. Okay, your conscious goal for the January or for the new year, you have the Lovers card. So you're looking to connect more deeply with your lover, if you have one, or your partner, or you could be looking for the soulmate. Perhaps you've realized that you are looking for something, someone very special to you, just one person perhaps. But Sag, we know that you're not necessarily the settle down type. I'm getting the feeling that this card could be more about choices. You want to make a choice about something to do with either a relationship, or it's got to do with your workplace as well. Perhaps you're looking for a job which helps you follow your heart, a true vocation, and that might have been at the forefront of your mind, is really looking for a job or some work or some, perhaps even a volunteer thing which really connects with you and who you are. Okay, and it's like you're feeling in a position now that you can really branch out and be a bit more adventurous for whatever situation has happened or which is happening now that's allowing you to look further afield. We'll try and clarify that. Okay, the unknown influence. Okay, you have the Nine of Wands. Okay, so this is a card of sort of being on the finishing straight now. You can see that there's a light at the end of a tunnel, but you've just got to sort of keep going. One more month, or one more project, or one more cycle. But you can see that it's nearly at an end, and you're looking forward to something new coming. Okay, now that will be interesting to clarify as well when we get to those cards. Okay, in the recent past, you have the Eight of Wands. Okay, so you've heard something, and you've got a communication about, perhaps it was an offer of a new job, or you've been reading or learning about other people's successes and what they've done. And perhaps you've read someone's autobiography or something like that, and it's given you an idea. Okay, and so there's been a little bit of you've heard something or read something or received an email which has opened you up and made you think about this new possibility that you have. So it's really looking like you are looking forward to new starts, finishing old things and working on something new, Sag. Okay. Your future influence. In future influence, you have the Five of Swords. Okay, so it could be an argument with someone that you might have to have, and you might be getting some kind of high ground, or you might win this argument, but really it's not a strong argument to win, if you know what I mean. Like it's almost like not worth having this argument because the benefits of it weren't matching perhaps the fire that had to go into it. Okay, so it might have sort of damaged a relationship, or it may, because it's in the future position, you may be having words with someone and it may damage the relationship somehow. But look, you're not the type to hold a grudge, Sag, so I would say any lasting damage from this might be from the other person's inability to patch it up. But depending on what the argument was about, what you've said or what you've done, both of you together, maybe that'll decide whether this can heal or not. Okay. Okay, so your talents. What are you bringing into this new year or this new project or whatever's at the forefront of your mind right now? Okay, you're bringing the Six of Cups. Okay, so perhaps you've met someone from the past or something that you used to do a long time ago, a skill that you had, and you're thinking of re-skilling or upskilling or putting those skills to use. Perhaps it's a qualification you haven't used for a long, long time, or perhaps you want to go back to a field of work that you did a fair while ago. If it's not that, then someone perhaps is coming in who's going to, is there a partnership happening there? You're going into partnership with someone, some kind of collaboration from someone from a long time ago. But I'm feeling it's something to do with putting your skills to work, skills that you learned a long time ago, or a qualification. Perhaps you're brushing up on a qualification, so something might have lapsed and you need to go back and do a refresher course or a bridging course or something like that, and that would probably explain why this Eight of Pentacles is here as far as reskilling and allowing this new start, which seems to be in here somewhere. Okay, your environment, your position in it, you have the King of Cups. Okay, so if this is how you're feeling at the moment, if this is your energy, then you're feeling pretty stable about things. You're feeling perhaps a little more emotional than usual, but you're not letting that show. And if it's not your energy, it's the way people might be seeing you. They're seeing you as someone who has got it together, and they might be looking to you for some kind of advice. So don't be surprised if people are sort of looking up to you, or you might even be offered some kind of an opportunity which requires you to have a certain level of emotional stability, and you would have to keep calm, and you would have to be committed to a cause for a while. Okay, so if you're offered a position or a job, it will give you a new start, but it's going to require like commitment, perhaps more than you are willing to give. So you would be asking yourself, whether it's for 6 months or like 3 months or a year or maybe longer, you would be asking yourself if you could stick it out for that long, if the benefits would be there for you. That's probably just land on a few of you, that one. I don't know how many that would resonate with, but that's what came through. Okay, your hopes and fears. Okay, you have the Eight of Swords. Okay, so you don't want to get trapped. Okay, so when I was talking about this opportunity that's been offered to you, you don't want to be trapped like this lady here, bandaged up and blindfolded, surrounded by these swords. Even though you can get out of this, it might take a bit of work. So one of your fears of accepting in this new start that seems to be in the offing here is that you don't want to get trapped or caught in this commitment. And it might even be a relationship with a person. So someone may be offering you like a long-term relationship, and they're saying, listen, I really want to make this work with you. And you'll be thinking, a long-term relationship's not for me. Maybe a fling, and look, because you've got this King of Cups down here in your environment, maybe this King of Cups is offering you something stable and you probably balking at it. Or if it's a work thing, same thing. It could be about making you an offer which is good and long term, but maybe you will be feeling that it might be stifling you somehow. The outcome, the end of January. Okay, Temperance, this is your card. Okay, so whichever decisions you make, whichever way you go here, it looks like you're going to go with balance. Okay, so I'm feeling that whatever position you've got, it might require you to cooperate or be like a mediator somehow. And so if you take this new position, whether it's in a totally different place or even if it's just within a group of people, you might need to be some kind of a judge or a mediator, or you might have to help people share the load, or help people express themselves honestly. So if there's a negotiation happening, one person, or they might not be seeing eye to eye, and it might be your task to make that work, that communication work. Okay, that's the basic Celtic cross we've got here. I'm just going to clarify a couple of these, Sag, with the Hanson Roberts deck. So the couple of things I was a little bit uncertain about. Hopefully we can clarify those. So the lovers, in your conscious goal, what was it about the lovers here? So is it actually a relationship that you're looking for? Are you looking for a job or a position which is going to give you that sense of unity, where your passion and your practical things line up together for you to make it more fulfilling? It can be pretty empty being in a job you're not passionate about. And so let's have a look here and see this is what you're heading toward by the look of it, Sag. Okay, so why is the lovers here for Sagittarius in the conscious goal position for January 2019? Okay, you have the Magician. Okay, so you have a lot of skills and you want to be able to use them. Okay, you want to really make an impact. Look at this Magician here, bringing down from the heavens and telling it, as above, so below. It's up there, I know it's up there, bring it down here. He's got all the tools that he needs on the table. He's got the cup and the sword and the wand. He's got everything he needs, okay? The pentacle. And that's what you're striving for, okay? So it seems as though you want a job which is going to allow you to use a range of skills. And we saw that you might be going back to reskill or upskill on something. That's what it looks like there. Let's have a look and find out. Eight of Wands, yes, it's a lot more work. So the communication. So what was this communication about? What was this communication for Sag in the recent past, which has brought something to light for them? Not really. Well, we'll give it a go and see what comes out there. What was that about? I'll see if I can get a message out here for you. It was in the past. Okay, Nine of Cups. Okay, so you've seen someone who's really living their dream and you want that. Okay, so you've got, perhaps it's a family member or someone you know, perhaps you heard someone that you used to know or from a long time ago, and you've seen that the opportunities that they've taken and you want some of that. Okay, and that's what I'm figuring, that's what that's there for. Look, I'm seeing this this Five of Swords here, so there's going to be, looks like in your future influence, there's going to be some kind of discord or some argument. There might be some words spoken, and it's a battle which might not really be worth winning because of the cost to a relationship. Okay. We have here the Queen of Cups. Okay, so the Queen of Cups is an intuitive kind of energy. She's mature, she's very emotional, but she's a shoulder to cry on. But Sag, you're a fire sign represented by the wands, and you've got this cup sign here. So she represents water. So she could be a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, and quite often you two clash when it's hard to get you on the same page when you're talking about ways to move forward. And so I'm thinking that there's this Queen of Cups person, and you probably know who they are, and they're very sensitive, and they come at things from like an emotional standpoint, an emotive way of doing things, where yours is a bit more practical and gung-ho and adventurous. So I'm thinking that there's this Queen of Cups person here, and you might not be seeing eye to eye. So that's what this conflict might be about. Okay, so let's have a look at the Six of Cups here. What is the Six of Cups about as far as you redoing some skill that you had some time ago, or working with someone from the past? Let's have a look and see what comes out here. Why is the Six of Cups here for Sag? Why is the Six of Cups here for Sagittarius? Okay, Ace of Swords, new start. Okay, so it could be a new start really, but it's clarity. Okay, so I'm thinking that whoever this is, and if it's you looking back from the past, you're a bit fuzzy and a bit hazy on how things were, and by going back to school and by learning this stuff, when I see the Ace of Swords, I see learning, researching, beginning a new course of study, that kind of thing. So that's what fits there for that. Now, your environment, the King of Cups. There's again some water energy there. I'm not sure about how that's working. I don't think we need to clarify any more of that. The rest of it's looking pretty good, Sag. So you're ready to move on. You're just a bit worried that you're going to be held a bit trapped by whatever offer's coming to you, and it looks like there is definitely an offer coming to you, and it's going to be up to you to make a clear decision whether you're going to take advantage of it and follow through and commit, or you just might say, oh, look, that's a bit much for me. So it looks like you might have to negotiate a little bit as well. So with the Temperance card here, we often talk about negotiating. So for example, someone might want 6 months out of you, and you might say, well, let's try it for 3, or they might want it, for 2 years, and you try and get it down to 1, or it could be about something to do with the commitment there, and you're not quite ready to give everything they want. So you're going to be negotiating a little bit by the end of the month. I'm seeing, to get that balance, which is right up your alley. Okay, so that's what I've got for you there, Sage. I hope that's resonated for you somehow. I hope you got something out of that. Please like and subscribe, and leave me any feedback, positive feedback that is, anything that might help, and let me know if it resonates, and I'll talk to you in a couple of weeks.